So we're right by the side of Sheffield Parkway. This was once a thriving part of Sheffield, and it's had the first treatment of greytogreen. Now Miss Abisham asked me if I'd film this area because number one is she doesn't exactly feel safe coming down to this area through the A market area, and you know, which ladies would do, to tell you the truth. But this has been in a few years now, and I think each year it's getting a little bit worse, and what I'm going to do is start to show you how it's getting worse. But the thing is, as they roll this out at the rest of Sheffield, it's going to kill the rest of Sheffield as well. Now I am seeing more people this week than I saw last week, probably because it's a sunny day, but it don't feel like Sheffield. Where's all the local Sheffield folk gone? So you can see loads of litter in there. Now somebody be saying, well, why don't you pick up the litter? Well, I don't like the whole approach. I just don't think this goes with the city. So why would I maintain it? But I'm just proving a point. You can see that areas of it are becoming dead already. Whether they're recovering, some I don't know, with this being early spring, but look at it, it's just litter everywhere. And like last week when I came out here, there was absolutely nobody around at all. So on those days when it's a bit nasty, you'll see nobody around here. So it's about 12 o'clock. Saturday lunchtime, a bit more litter there. But I spent 2 years picking up litter around where I live. I helped to create a local litter group, etc., try to raise awareness. But Rotherham Council just saw me as a free resource, and after 2 years I thought, why should I pick up after people? What about educating the kids? Kids that want all the green nonsense, but then chuck the litter around. So it's just looking quite barren, really. I think this is on its way out, to tell you the truth. I don't think that's going to recover over spring, but it gets really bad just around the corner. I'll show you with the litter, because what they're doing is it's just making Sheffield deader and deader. It's like Patrick Magoon film Prisoner. You can see just here where it's I don't know if that's had a car running over it, but if we just walk across the other side of the road, and you can just see somebody's put a footpath right through it. But this used to be thriving, it used to be packed going up into the Castle Market up there. But I really doubt this is going to recover over summer, to tell you the truth, because there's too many warm bits in it now. And one of my concerns is, you can see a shoe in the middle of it there. Look at it, it's just absolutely everywhere. And they're rolling this out all over Fargate, where the footfall will probably be higher. To me, it's just becoming overgrown now. I'd call, if my garden looked like that, I'd be absolutely up in arms about it. It's just looked like a wild bit of country now, isn't it? I didn't realise how bad it was now, but you can see the proofs, and look at the litter down there. But as we walk around the corner, as you urbanise Sheffield, you'll start to see bins everywhere. And just look at this around the corner. This is what made me do the video last week, and it's why Miss Abisham asked me if I'd film it. There's eggs all over the place. It's probably had foxes or whatever trying to get in there, or even rats, you don't know. But look at that. There's a weed there. There's loads of weeds. It's completely getting full of weeds now. And that's, like I said, that I forgot to finish the sentence off. At the West Bar roundabout, they're actually putting that around the West Bar roundabout, around the outer edges of the roundabout, and anything can take root in these places. I don't know if you've seen your own garden, and if you're not careful, things that are much bigger than a lower level start to take root. I mean, someone's just left for rubbish there. That's a pair of trainers, look at it. Somebody's got a new pair of trainers and put their old ones in a box and just left them. They really are low life now, aren't they? A lot of people. It's got to be a minority, but there's a big minority now. So this was once been a thriving artery, took you through to Penistone Road. I don't know what's wrong with people. I would never dream of leaving anything. Fag, tobacco. But rather than teaching them all the woke nonsense, why don't you start to teach them about looking after our communities? You can see all weeds getting into that now. And then if you look under here, I've already done the video in the reverse direction, decided to do it this direction. I mean, I don't know if that's done for effect, because it is in Rotherham at the Forge, and look, you know, like a rusty effect, but writing all over the side of it, it makes it look like a slum. But this lot looks like it's got no chance of survival. You need gardeners, you need maintenance, you need people picking the litter out of the place. I mean, look at these benches now already. I mean, we've seen them in other areas of Sheffield, like or Chesterfield Market area, and you can see they're already looking worn. In a city, you need things that's practical, not woke nonsense. I mean, look. You dread to think what people's walking around these places at night. I'll have a walk along the other bit, but to me, they're supposed to be here to actually reduce flooding. Well, that's what they say. I think they're also supposed to be here to encourage people to live in our town centres. And are they going to achieve either, really? So today I've seen a few more people, I've seen a few more cyclists, but like I said, on a wet day you'll see nobody. But we're now coming up to where the old Bridge Street bus station was. What used to happen is there was like a secondary bus station after Pond Street, and it was just around about here. It was a useful bus station which they got rid of like they always do. But let's just have a walk up here. So this is the Riverside development. So the little yellow things, are they cowslips or something like that? Because I get those where I live in. When you go to Anston Stones, you get those little cowslips, but look at it, it's a mess, isn't it? I didn't realise it was as bad as this. You can see the drainage things. The water's still going to go in those at the end of the day. But I'm not sure how this is going to recover to look nice. in summer. So we've got the Love Square just here. It's just not practical, this type of thing in a town centre, is it? I mean, I call these weeds at home. These will be pulled straight out. Let's have a quick look further around. I know it's a bit long, this video. If people have not got bored by now, they're interested in it. That's a bit of rosemary there. But this isn't practical, is it, folks? It's got to be tended every day. You know what it's like when you're at home and you don't tend stuff like this, it just becomes completely overgrown, doesn't it? And to me that's just weeds. Nettles, weeds. I don't call this nice at all. I thought I was going to be proving myself wrong by doing this video. But I'm not. So this is the new court building. But how's this going to recover and look lovely and colourful over summer? I don't think so. Somehow we got another. They should start penalising these companies every time they find a bit of the litter. Should charge them, even if it's just a penny. Might be one way of actually changing society. Could put McDonald's out of business, couldn't we? There's just litter everywhere. I can't wait to see Parkgate by the end of this summer. I mean, you've got to think it's their flagship site at the moment, but they'll lose interest. Like here, the council's lost interest already. They're on with the next bit of nonsense. Oh, we've got a bit of rubbish over here. Let's just have a look at that. God, I must be sad doing this video, but it's just basically saying these people don't think about the maintenance, do they? Look at that, just chuck there. Might have a quick walk up Angel Street, but you can just see when it gets bad, it gets bad. The only positive thing, I can smell a few nice things. Come on, let's find, is that McDonald's? Yeah, let's find McDonald's. How much do we find McDonald's for every bag? I mean, what's that all about? And it's all along here. And just look at this wavy cobbling. It's absolutely naff, isn't it? I mean, what did they get paid for this contract? Booze there. I mean, wouldn't you clean outside your house? Because I clean any rubbish up around where I live. I'm doing it all the time. Go a bit further along, and then I might just pop up Angel Street and just show you up there. So to me, it's already feeling depressing. I mean, that hasn't deteriorated too much, but like I say, I don't know if the rust thing is done on purpose or not. But to me, that just looks naff. and I don't think my videos pick half of it out. My dad said that, well, my dad had watched my videos for years, and then I brought him into Sheffield one day, and then he were gobsmacked. And he said, I didn't know Sheffield were like this. I said, you've been watching my videos, Dad. He said, but it didn't come across like that. There, it's just everywhere, litter. Come on, before your green agenda, you need to actually pick your litter up and put it in the bins. Get those things right before you're going on about your net zero. You can't even put your litter in your bins and you want net zero. Oh, this is shocking. This is absolutely shocking, isn't it? There's just litter everywhere. Like I said, you'll not see how bad it is on camera. I'd be horrified. I mean, this is supposed to be part of the greytogreen. This is where it's joining the Dutch roundabout. Now, my concern is, just imagine you're in a car, you're not as high. I'm stood up at the moment, but if I get in a car, I am lower down. So if this is not looked after and maintained, it'll start to grow up and it'll actually distract people when they're trying to drive. I mean, are they going to keep this low level? Because what happens is other vegetation starts to get in here. You get little bushes and little trees start growing, and before you know it, it's 4 or 5 foot high. So we'll probably just have a quick look here. I mean, I don't know how this is ever going to grow up, because we were seeing them putting in new plants in Fargate that were already dead. You can already see the rubbish around here. So this area is supposed to have been done. I can't see how these are actually going to give any ground cover. Just looks like it's going to be a mess. I'll just quickly get up to Angel Street and show you up there. So wouldn't you be a bit ashamed if that were your garden at home? And it's like that on all the 4 sections. You don't need to repeat it. Oh, so there we've got Greggs. We ought to be finding Greggs as well. So that's a bit of Greggs there. But they want to charge us for plastic bags, don't they, now we're going to shop? Is it 10, 20p a plastic bag? How about finding companies now for their package appearing on the streets or like that? You're happy to profit out of us with the plastic bags, weren't you? I think that's Costa over there, that green one. Yeah, so they're happy to take an extra 20p a bag off us, and how would they like it if they get charged for every item a litre drop down? 5p? 10p? Isn't that fair, folks? Charge them 5 or 10p for every item drop, so like a McDonald's meal, they make profit on it, don't they? I'm trying to think now how much it costs for a meal. It's over £5 in it. They can take a 10p hit, 20p hit on it, can't they? Pass it on to a customer then, can't they? I think we should push for that, don't you? So we're coming up Angel Street. Used to be a shopping area, Angel Street. Just litter all the way along in here. But what about council picking it up? Aren't the guys coming out? Look, it's all over the place here. So when you get more footfall, you get a lot more litter stuck in it. It's all over the place. Oh, it's disgusting. Now, this was the last thing that we got from the EU, weren't it? So this is why the council were big on the EU, because they're giving them money for stupid projects like this. And this is just looks an absolute mess. I've never seen so much litter. It's all over the place. One here, litter all down here. We warned them. Not practical. You haven't got the people living in the city centre to actually respect it. It's absolutely everywhere. So this is on Angel Street, more footfall. Absolutely, you can just see it everywhere. Just have a quick walk up here so you can see the old co-op building. It's not so bad up here, but it looks to me as though there's not going to be much greenery coming this year. So that's it, that's just a quick walk round it. I didn't realise how bad it was. So that's it, over and out from Angel Street in Sheffield.